beautiful toilet plungers, welcome back to my channel, or if it's your first time here, hi, my name is Melissa or Missa. Welcome! Today we are doing a fun eye look. We've got gems, we've got shimmer and mattes. I asked in my declutter if anyone wanted to see a full face of Huda Beauty, and I got quite a few yeses, at least 2. So that's what I'm doing today, but I'm splitting it into 2 parts, so the face is going to be in one video and the eyes are going to be in another. A, it means I don't have to like rush it and then rush trying to like condense it all into one video, and B, I've got work tomorrow and then I'm busy the next day so I can't film, so this is 2 videos in one day. Anyway, we're doing the eyes today and we're going to be using all 3 of my Huda palettes that I have. I've had every single palette, but these are the 3 that I've kept. They are my faves. So we've got Empowered, which looks like this. We are using it. Mercury Retrograde, which is my favourite. Look at it! And then we also have Rose Quartz. So I'm going to be using all 3 to do this eye look here, add some gems, and that is what we're going to do. Without any further ado, let us jump into it and play with Huda eyeshadows. Okay, bye. Oh, damn it! A really interesting documentary just came on. Just I was starting. History's, well, it's not a documentary. History's Ultimate Blunders. It sounded really good, but I'm gonna have to come back to it because I'm committed to filming. And we're doing hello darling. What's up, we said meow. To see a sausage, to see a lovely, lovely sausage. He's a good boy, he's a brave boy, he's a handsome boy. I don't know if I explained it in my intro or not because I've not actually filmed that yet, but I'm going to be using all 3 of my Huda palettes for this look just because I need to, and it's fun to just play with them all. I'm already primed with my Revlon Candid on my eyelid. It's you see the shade? What shade is it that I use? 010, I think it's vanilla. Yeah. Look how much it just fades into my overall like skin. It looks like I'm not primed, but I am. I love using this as a all over like foundation on days when I just want my skin to look very natural. It's just like perfect on me. Anyway, I'm starting off with the Empowered palette because it's the only one with a black. It is a cream shadow, which at first when I like looked at the palette and like swatched it, I was like, oh no, it's a cream shadow. I'm not gonna like that. It's really good. It I'll show you. It paints over my powdered base and gives me what I need. And it gives me really nice depth to start off this look, which is obviously what I like. I thought I was going to have to cheat a little bit and dip into like a palette with a black in it, but I'm glad I don't have to. I don't use this palette nearly enough. It's got lovely, lovely daytime or like dramatic neutrals in it. I don't actually play with my Huda palettes enough. Even though Mercury Retrograde, I do actually pick it up a fair amount, but I feel like for the price of them I should play with them more because they are beautiful and they work really, really well, and I do love them. I never ever keep Huda's small palettes. I think I've decluttered every single one. Then we are reaching for Rose Quartz, which is probably my second favourite. Like the Empowered would be my last favourite just because it's very neutral. And I'm going to take this darkest purple down here and just kind of set that black shadow with it, but I'm also going to blend above it. Like I don't even need to blend that black cream underneath and I still don't feel like I get a harsh line. I actually don't mind the fact that it has that as a cream. I'd prefer it as a powder obviously, but can't always get what we want. Like look at that. Blending to perfection. That powder over that cream. And then I took my beloved and definitely my favourite Huda palette, also Saz. You'll be happy to know I gave them all a white. Saz was like disgusted by the state of my palettes. I'm like, they're there to be used and abused, mate. They're there to be used and abused, but I gave them all a white. Please be happy with me. And then I went in with this shade here called Hot Mess. Wow, wait to get called out, thanks Huda. This shade is absolutely stunning. It's one of my favourites in all of her palettes. I'd love to see another big palette from Huda, maybe something more colourful and fun. Maybe for summer she'll bring out something. Being on the Huda Beauty PR list, probably still got the email from when they first asked me. It still flabbergasts me because Huda is a brand that I really can't afford to just buy a lot of stuff from. Like a Huda purchase, it's kind of like if I bought something from MAC or something from Rare Beauty, it's like a treat, you know, and you have to kind of think, well, if I get this, I can't do this, you know what I mean? So being on the PR list is just so phenomenally exciting for me, and getting to try and test out all the products. Saying that, there's often stuff I don't like the new lip, what they call the lip stains. I feel like lip stains though just stick to the rough parts of my lips that really need to get exfoliated and look terrible. No, I think we're sticking with this palette actually. We're gonna go into Off Balance just here. There's a shade that's very similar to this in the Rose Quartz, but it's slightly different, but we're gonna go in with this one. I'm just whacking this on with a very big fluffy brush. I'm not really worried that I'll have to go back in and blend, because I always do that anyway, so not concerned. This shade can come much more into the inner corner. Drag it around. I think I'll do like a very heavy blush. I don't know. You've already seen it. Just like that, and then yes, we will dip back into Rose Quartz. And I'm going to take the shade Cherished. It's very pale pink, very nice, like almost pastel-y blending shade, and it's pigmented, see? And again, not worried about harsh lines. My skin, by the way, is looking really bad right now, and I've got a spot coming, and I just look not a very bit, quite like rubbish. My period's due. So my skin's like, haha, you suck. But I won't apologise for it. Again, just absolutely whacking this on with a big fat brush. And now is when I will go back in and I will reblend and make sure everything's looking nice. So I'm going to go back in with that black cream and make sure I've got a lot of depth and intensity, and that it's above my crease. And I was a bit worried on the other eye. I was like, oh, is this going to blend? Is this going to ruin everything? And it absolutely didn't. So very pleased I can go in. Again, for me, it's just having to make sure everything's above my crease, because I've got pretty hooded eyes. Not the hoodiest of hoods, but I do have hooded eyes. Remember one time I said I had hooded eyes and people were like furious with me for saying I had hooded eyes? Because like apparently if you say you have hooded eyes and someone doesn't think you do, like they're part of a cult that's like gatekeeping hooded eyes. It was hilarious. Oh, nice, depthy, exactly what you want. And then I'll just go back through with my dark purple and just blend this. I give Huda shadows a 9 out of 10. I have better eyeshadows in my collection, 100%. Like I think the only way to justify the huge price tag, because I think these palettes are very expensive, what are they, like £60 or something, is if the colour story is literally something that says, like, calls your name and you can't find anything similar, although there are a lot of dupes out there obviously now. Because I would say things like Beauty Bay, Blend Bunny, Odin's Eye, their shadows will perform just the same, if not better, slightly than Huda's shadows. So, however, if you're in Scotland, at least, I don't know about England, the Mercury Retrograde is in TK Maxx right now, and quite a lot of her smaller palettes are in TK Maxx right now. I saw them just yesterday, so if you want to get it at a bit of a discount, you can. I think it was £19.99, which is a phenomenal price. It might have been £29.99, I don't know. Anyway, go check. Just do think though everything is blending so seamlessly. I'm just very, very, very happy. I never put on Huda shadows though and think, oh, the quality's not that good. I always like them, but again, there is much cheaper eyeshadows out there now that perform like this, so don't feel like FOMO for not having them, or if you do, try and get one secondhand or in TK Maxx. Okay, I'm going to come back to that outer blend, because when I put my base on and stuff, I will definitely blend into it, so I'm not worried about that. And also on this eye, you won't be able to tell, I did blue down here and I wasn't sure it was the right course of action, so I actually wiped it off, which is like rare. Usually if there's a blue, which there is in the Mercury Retrograde, I'll want to use it. But this shadow here, I had to use this on my lid because that looks like I've gone in with like a pastel roses flaky. It is incredibly beautiful and it is kind of duochrome-y. So that's why I went in with that instead of blue. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to use my P. Louise paint and just put on this kind of weird shape. It's very much an eyes closed kind of look. Like that's when you get the total crispness. Do you know what I mean? Like eyes open, it doesn't look as good, but oh, it might on you. But on my hooded eyes, it's not quite as like impactful. I literally just like put my brush on and then round it out and then just like drag it down like that, you see? And you can always clean up your lines with eyeshadow once got this shape on and filled in. I thought that was the noise of my electricity running out and I would have gone bananas. So I'm just going to spend some time rounding this out, making it look the same as the other side, and then we will be back. We will fill it in with that stunning shade, which is, by the way, Moon Magic. So it's like pink, it's like blue, it's just like, come on. Come on! Right, I'll round this out, make it like look better, and then we'll do that. Okay, that is as matchy as I'm gonna get it, basically. So I'm trying not to open my eye too much, that I'm not putting no creases in it. And I'm just gonna take a flat brush and that Moon Magic shade and just start whacking it on. I was gonna maybe ombre it into a darker purple or something, but I feel like it's fine on its own in it. Just use my finger for a bit of speed for the vast majority. Look at it. Pink to like blue, it's just a very beautiful, beautiful shade. It just elevates this whole palette and makes it kind of a bit more special, I would say. It's really quite flaky when you pick it up with a brush. It is better applied with a finger, but obviously I've got to be quite precise with my placement. The way I'm using a brush, especially for all the edges. A bit more fingering never hurt anyone. It's a very special colour, I think. I mean, I don't know if it's enough to buy the palette just for that, but it is blooming gorgeous. And then an absolute ride or die Huda product for me is the Huda Beauty Life Liner eyeliner. I've tried the other one, the like double-ended one, and it's not for me. The liquid side applies like lash glue consistency and I just did not like it at all. Very noisy outside all of a sudden. And then this is where I'm going to use this to like round this out and give that really cool shape. This eyeliner is definitely worth the money if you like very precise lines and if you use eyeliner a lot. I would say definitely get this. This one is drying out. Oh, I'm not even on screen. Trying desperately to get it to match the other side. Who knows if we will succeed. I'm literally filling in that back area with it as well. I'll go in over top with a shadow, but I think that matches well enough. I've got quite a lot of fallout, as you can see. What do we need to do now? Oh, gems! How did that happen? I don't know, but it just did. My little Shein gems, my little gem tool. Can't open these. Ow. Subconsciously, I used my Huda Beauty glue to stick these on. I'll do a couple with you. I just stuck that on there, and then if you use gems a lot, get one of these like wax pencils. They're just the titties, and then just stick your gems right on. It doesn't match entirely, but it's fine. And then I'm going to take more of that P. Louise white base that I used to cut my crease. Wang it in that inner corner, and then I'm going to have to do something just to match it up to the other eye, but just kind of ignore this for a second. I took that very pale pink we used as our outer blending and I put this on first, and I was like, oh, I'm not happy with that. I don't think that is the right choice for this inner corner. So then I took my Mercury Retrograde and the shade Supermoon, which I should have just used initially, and it's just a very like whitish, greenish tinged, insanely beautiful shimmer, and it goes much better. And that's all we, oh no, one more step. I'll redo that once my base is on. I always end up doing that. Last step, I took my, where are you? My Huda Creamy Kohl pencil in brown. I just thought it was a bit less harsh than black for my waterline. These are really good. Absolutely no doubts that these pencils are very good. I do think though you can get drugstore ones or much cheaper ones that do the exact same thing. They do last. They're very good. Not as good as my Too Faced, but far better than the Melt ones. Because my Melt eyeliners just like seep into my eyes. They're so creamy that like just the water of my eyes mixes with them, drags it in, and then my eyes go cloudy and I literally can't see anything. And it's a horrific experience. So like I would not recommend the Melt eyeliners as waterliners, but that is it. I'm going to go do my base and my brows in my separate video. Well, my brows off camera. And then I'll come back, we'll do the lower lash line, we'll put lashes on, and we'll blend it a little bit. But yeah, in terms of performance, I've literally got no issues with the Huda, and that lid shade is just outrageously beautiful, isn't it? Like, wow. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, most of my base is on. In fact, pretty much all my base is on. And I also just threw my brows on quickly. I have stopped plucking like the front of my brows, so they're looking a bit wild, but it's all good. I've decided to go brown under here. I just feel like the brown kind of merges into the purple and it looks quite nice, and it's different to like just doing it all purple or bringing in the blue, which, like I said, I did try it and I actually didn't really like it for this look. So I'm taking this creamy shadow again. Oh, do you know what? I could just use this mirror. I don't know why I forget that portable mirrors exist. I'm just bringing this all the way along, making sure I get my nice depth on my lower lash line. I might go in with the black eyeliner, but I don't actually mind the brown. Then I took the shade Confident, just a dark brown. I quite like purple and brown together. I feel like it's complementary and it looks nice. And yeah, it's just a wee bit different to going in with the purples. And it uses this palette a little bit more, doesn't it? So that's never a bad thing. And then I'm gonna go in with the shade Legacy, on screen Legacy, which is a stunning warm caramelly brown fit. And then I'll go in with Best Self just beside it. This is a really nice palette if you want more neutral tones. I don't really have any issues with it, to be honest. I think it's really quite nice. There we go. That looks alright. And then I'm going to go into Mercury Retrograde and grab just a brush and this peachy colour. That's way too much, Melissa. And I'm really gonna drag that down quite far. I'm not trying to make it grungy per se in terms of like dragging colours down, but I'm gonna try and blend this into my blush. And I am looking at where I could put some more gems. I don't actually think I need some more gems. I think gemmage that we've done is probably quite enough, isn't it? Just let them stand out on their own where they are. Everything on my face is Huda, obviously, and it's clarity. It's looking full coverage and glowy and glossy. Just going in very lightly with this. I'm trying not to overwhelm my under eye too much with it. And then I'm gonna grab just a different fluffy brush and rose quartz, and I'm going to go in with that happiness shade. I don't know if we actually used this shade, did we? But we can now. Actually, I used this as my blush. I'm just trying to blend my blush basically into my eyeshadow. Huda makeup to me is never for like drama. It's not like a brand I don't like that I would like associate with, you know, like big dramatic crazy makeup looks, which is why I'm trying to bring a bit more drama to my makeup with like blending it into my blush and stuff. Maybe that peach isn't right under there, but we'll see. I'm gonna grab that pale pink. I'm literally just playing. I'm gonna go back in with Mercury Retrograde and this beautiful colour here. My nose always starts to run when I'm doing makeup. Maybe I'm like allergic to something ever so slightly, I don't know. Anyway, I'm just blending this a little bit into those much paler shades just for blending's sake. But I'm not trying to like make this a pulled out eyeshadow look. I'm still trying to keep my eyeshadow pretty rounded. I think this is all I'm gonna do, to be honest. Well, intensify my inner corner. Even kind of go over the gems, they won't move. The lash glue holds them firmly in place. Now I'm doubting the brown under there. I don't think that is very cohesive, but I don't think I'm gonna change it. This looks quite dramatic and fun. I'm just gonna go throw a lash on. I don't know what one. I'll just go throw a lash on and then that will be this eye look. However, I've just realised I need to put more of my inner corner on, so back into that super moon shade because I want this inner corner like intense. Oh, sit on my face, sexy bitch. Okay, I'll come back and show you this with the brows on and it's done. I went in with my Shein lashes. I struggle to find the right lashes for looks. I feel like I need much longer ones, but very, very thick and very cat eye, and I just don't have any. But these are my like favourite Shein ones that I adore, and I also put on some Shein lower lashes because I just thought it added a bit of spice. That's the eye look done. I am pretty pleased with it. Overall, I think the only thing throwing me off about this look is the lip colour. I just have not got the right lip colour for this look. I don't know like what I should do, and I don't want to put on a dark dramatic lip. It's just not how I'm feeling today, but I just feel like this nude also does not go. So I think that's the only thing throwing me off, because I do like the eye look. I think it's fun. I like the shape. I like the gems. Do they match entirely? No. But coming back to the moral of the story, the meat and potatoes, I love my Huda Beauty palettes. If I could only keep one, it would be my Mercury Retrograde, because it is just my absolute favourite. But I do love them all, and I'm not getting rid of any of them. Yeah, I think her shadows are really good. Like, out of 10, I'd probably give her shadows like 8.5 out of 10, I think. Yeah, I think 8.5's a pretty decent score. But yeah, that was the eye look. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm gonna go take some pictures of it. Also, this lash is sticking too high up, and this lash in the inner corner isn't even stuck on. So I hope we're not paying attention to those small details. Anyway, that is it for me today. I'm gonna piss off because it is 5 o'clock and I'm starving. I've not even eaten a sweetie. I'm starving. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please do give it a big thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below. Do you have these palettes? Do you know? What's your favourite Huda Beauty palette? And subscribe for more thrilling content from me. And I'm gonna piss off, and I hope I catch you on the flip side. I'm just deflated. I'm just hungry. I need pasta. My head's itchy. Okay, bye.